I've made it to Vegas. Let's talk about, technically, I guess today's day one. It's about 1:15 here. And I have an interview at 4 o'clock. So I need to put food in my system so that I can think straight. And so that I can be a happy person. I had a really nice coffee at this really, I always find the hippy dippy places, and I found this really cute cafe. I have no idea where it's at, so don't even, but I'll try to put like a clip in here at this point. But yeah, they had a really good cold brew. Their lavender was a little too strong for my tummy, and I was like, you gotta make this again, and I most definitely don't want lavender. Lavender is such a strong and fragrant, pungent flavoring as is, and I hate doing this way. I wish I had like a rabbit I could give it to. And I think they just put too many pumps in it, and she did say it was sweet, so sweet plus lavender. I was like, I'm gonna get nauseous. I'm sorry, but they made it again. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that meme of, you know, the people who need to make your coffee have to have a non-binary, yada yada. Like, I need to trust that you have green hair and appear in a septum to know that my coffee is good. And I will say, especially as a New Yorker who loves going to coffee shops, it's accurate. Like, you need the septum. I need the whole package. And so that's nice that I had that little like New York experience here. So of my septum king and queens of making a good old cold brew. I mean, it's cold brew. If you fuck up cold brew, we gotta have another conversation, babes. So yeah, I have an interview today, and I'm looking forward to that. I saw my cousin, my brother got me, hung out with his fiance. We went to sleep really late. I had a little tequila, and I woke up early so that I can go pick up my car rental, because I was just really not with it last night. Am I gonna love organic stone? Let's taste this. Actually, is this expired? No. Okay. Yeah, bad. Let's put. Ooh, whoa! Wait a minute. No. I'm very picky about mustard. I love a yellow. I do love a Dijon, but whatever. So we got some Gouda. So yeah, I'm gonna do my makeup after I eat, get into my body, get into my energy. I'm looking forward to the interview. I really just want to see what they have to say, and they get to know me. And that's it. I'm chilling. I'm not really like nervous or pressed about it. I really am more excited about getting to know the city. Does the city like me? Is this the right time? You know, am I gonna get it cut? Like, today it was really cold, and my brother made a joke about how he's like, oh, you brought the cold, and I was like, no, what the hell? Why is it cold down? They were like, the guy at the rental and my brother and his girlfriend said that like this is not normal because it was in the 90s last week, and I brought a bathing suit, and I'm definitely 100% not wearing it. Like, we're not going to the pool, but we will go to the casino. I won $300 the last time I was here a couple months ago, and so I brought that good luck energy. These little things annoy me. So where are my thoughts at? I had a little bit of a disconnect, but like, you know, I'm someone who can, I call it alchemization. Yes, I did read The Alchemist. I like the book, but it's not something I feel like you need to go out and buy it. I would never like tell anybody that, but I'm someone who reflects, and I feel like even before I went to therapy, I was someone who self-reflects. So with that being said, I had a little bit of a hiccup, a family hiccup that left me feeling a little exploited and a little bit just like heavy. And I say all this to say, because I feel like there's somebody out here who can relate to where, is this expired? Like, I just never seen it that, oh, it's in June. Why is the meat so wet? I know there's somebody out there that can relate to this, but sometimes with family, I feel like my greatest struggle, I think maybe with my parents, even though, as you guys know, my dad is dead, and like my mom's in her 70s, I feel like my struggle with them is like, I'm the constant reminder that it's not necessarily that I choose to be the rebel. It's just that after everything that I've been through in life, I feel like I'm never afraid to go to war for my peace. especially as when I'm trying to be an effective communicator and I'm getting like the runaround from anybody. And a lot of the times my relationships that I've had in the past with people, it's like sometimes people just choose not to understand where I'm coming from, and they're more focused on the fact that I'm right, and I don't care about being right. I want us to get on the same page. But getting on the same page is also you respecting my boundaries, that like I'm not gonna just do what you say because you said that I should, you know? Especially in the context of tone and just, I don't know. I don't like for people. My therapist said to me, she's like, you know, we got to talk about that hyper independence. Of course. And it's something that I want to continue to work on, because it's like I'm just so used to being alone and like doing my own thing that it's like this is all that I know. And so I'm not afraid to be confrontational against other people, and I'm not going to change who I am. But I do want to cooperate, as so long as you're cooperating as well. And my issues sometimes that I've run into with people, whether it's my family or friends, is like, you're not cooperating. You're trying to tell me what to do. You are using this hierarchical kind of power tactic. And because I'm such a spiritually empathic person, I can pick up on mind games. And I feel like because I'm not playing mind games, that makes people feel like, well, I gotcha. And that actually just makes me feel like, I'll let you think you got me, but I'll just not talk to you. And that's not what I want. But if it's something I have to do, then it is what it is. And I like don't want it to be like that. And I think today kind of scared my mom when I was like telling her what happened. She was like, oh no, I don't want you guys not to talk. And I know that my family watches my channel, and they're probably squirmish that I'm even saying this, but I'm not putting anybody's, you know, name or information out. I'm just naming what's happened to me and how I feel. Do I want onions? Nah. Also, I love these little thingies. I need to get one. Ooh, rosemary. Thyme. Is that dark chocolate? Ooh, I'm gonna have to have one of these. My period's coming, and wait, this is not CBD or anything, right? No. Some strong dark chocolate. Are they hiding it from themselves? Why is it in here? It's a dark chocolate sea salt caramel, which you guys know is my favorite. And it's really thin. I might have to buy them another one. I don't know where they got this, but this is really fucking good. Yeah. I do. Oh, this expired. I always want to get along with my family, but as a girl who's always had to figure it out, sorry. This is some quality caramel. As I was saying, as a girl who's always had to figure it out on her own, I'm gonna always resort to doing it on my own. Especially if the help that I need isn't coming in. Not that it needs to be exactly what I want, because I don't want to come as controlling as well. But I always want to be on the same page with people, and I have to understand that sometimes I'm just not going to be on the same page. And then my next solution is like, let's just agree to disagree. And that makes people more mad. I don't know what that is, but it's not for me to process. It's not for me to get hung up on. And where I'm at right now in my journey is like, I had said to my brother, you know, he's like, so you're just going to do this whole thing YOLO? It's not even that I'm doing the YOLO. I've made plans all the time, but God has laughed at my plans. And I would say that it's like 60-40, like 60% I have this plan, but also 40% that like I do need to let God intervene, the universe intervene, and just be like, well, we want you to go this way, but you're still on that same, I don't know, interstate or whatever you want to say. You thought you were getting off in that exit, you might have to get off a couple more exits. And I'm fine with that. It took me a long time to be that way because I didn't know how to go with the flow. And I feel like as I get into my later 30s and really like love myself and accept myself, it's something that I had to adjust to. And it's really hard because I'm like, well, we got to stick to the plan. I got this A, B, and C. And then it don't ever turn out like that. I'm still curious about this mustard. But it's a sunny day. It's nice. Something in me wanted to be like, Alexa, what time is that? I love my Alexa. Cheers, everybody. I had carbs this morning, so I'm like, I want to keep it body safe. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I make really these intros, these conversations really with myself, so I can be like, this is where you were in this time. And I'm really liking who I am becoming. And so one of the hard things I had to tell my brother was like, why I'm in therapy, why I was on medication. And I cried because I'm like, I don't think my mom's ever asked me that. I don't think anybody's ever really asked me that. And it was nice he asked me that, but we still, if you got siblings, you know. Sometimes it's like, and I also grow with two brothers. Sometimes I just want to, but I'm not a violent person. But I did grow up watching WWE, so I like want to lay the smack down or the people's elbow, because that's where my mind goes. I think that's an easier solution than to tell you that you're a fucking asshole. But I was also raised in the Bronx, so that's all from there. But nonetheless, I'm in better spirits. I am regulated. I'm going to do my makeup. I'm so excited for you guys to see these episodes, see where my thought process is. Enjoy just how raw and candid all of this is, because eventually it'll be chopped and edited up, and all this chewing and whatever would be better. But I have to like get there eventually. But I'm not in a rush for any of those things. I feel like this is the first time in my life I'm not like in a rush. I used to always want things to happen. Sometimes I don't be life. Sometimes I just don't be life. No, this sandwich is hitting. I fucking love turkey. And I was doing some research and they were like, you should eat low salt turkey. So I went to Whole Foods. Trash. The guy was like, but turkey's right. I was like, but did you put any salt in? He's like, it's like, you know what I mean? Like a sprinkle, and I don't like that. Like, give me a little bit more. So I don't like that there's such an extreme that like, I do want to taste a little bit. And then I went to Wegmans and theirs was worse. I actually went back with the receipt and was like, take this back. And that's like crazy to me. What are they gonna do with that? Throw it away? I wanted a matcha so bad, but for some reason I did not trust getting a matcha there, and I think I need to get on Reddit and do a little bit more research and figure out where is a better matcha. Because this is still on my mind, and I'm like, well, let's actually make it a dippable experience. It's just so thick. Did I do it? Oh, okay. I don't like it. My smell and taste sensory levels are so extreme. Like when I was at the airport, I ordered Chinese food, and during my luteal phase, I think I'm in my luteal phase, which doesn't make anything better. I'm about to get my luteal phase, or in it, whatever. And my sense of smell is so fucking crazy because I love fragrance, and I've said this multiple videos. One day I just think everything stinks, and I live in New York City where everything does stink. I don't like the smell of anything. I don't care how fucking good it smells. And I get to the airport, I go round and round, can't make up my mind. Order Chinese food. And the chicken is like, they didn't take it out. You know that point where like it's like hard to even chew. And then the noodles, I had gotten lo mein, and it just like, ugh. I'm very picky about like Chinese food. I'm like, or Thai food, just like, make it right. So I went back and I was like, sir, can you make these? Like, what do you want? I was like, beef and broccoli. He puts it in the lo mein again, bussin'. Get to the second bite. It tastes like they had just slaughtered the cow. The party was over. The thought of like thinking about the cow getting slaughtered went through my mind. Wrap that up. And then I got on the plane. It's raining, there's a baby crying, coughing. I'm all the way in the back. And I tried eating it. Again, thinking about the cow. Something's wrong with me. But at least I know that about myself. But yeah, guys, I'm going to make another video when I'm done with this interview to talk about... Sorry, I'm being rude. Talk about my experience. And we'll go from there. And I feel like one of the things I'm more excited about is that I feel like a better frequency in terms of career on the West Coast than I do on the East Coast. And I'm still a union actress in the East Coast. I'm a lot more, like, I guess, stable in New York City as opposed to the West Coast, LA and Las Vegas, whatever. And I know that life is like really different for LA people, or why I should say LA creative people. But I'm also very optimistic that I'm optimistic, and also I don't want to say delusional because I'm a big manifestor and I think choosing the right words help. But I'm optimistic that like everything's always going to work out for me. It might be a little scary, it might be a little bit bumpy, but like things are always going to work out for me. And one of the things that I'm most excited for was like the potential of moving here and having space, because like you walk back there and whatever, and like I feel like in New York I was just like, we all live in a small apartment. We all live in like these crushed, it's 1:30, crushed like places, and I didn't feel like, I feel more creative here. Like as soon as I got to the airport, I made a video, what's in my bag, travel, and then I have another video like on the way there. I do want to make a what am I getting at Walmart. I got this bronzer that I exchanged. I do want to buy a primer, and then eventually I want to do like my version of a drugstore makeup routine for brown skin women, because I feel like the white girls have it all the time. And so like I think more so about my YouTube, and I like miss making long form videos, which is why I'm doing this, because it gives me an opportunity to chat, and also for the almost 3,000 people that follow me a chance to get to know me as I do my journey and watch the shorts. And I feel just like more inclined to be creative here than I think in a while. But that's also depression. Like depression definitely will. People don't realize like I am such a functioning depressed person. Like the alarm will go off at 5 and like I'm taking my medicine. My house is clean, my laundry is done. But you know, girl crying herself to sleep for a while. So you know, and being around the sun helps. I already take vitamin D, but there's like more vitamin D. You know what I'm saying. So I hope you guys are enjoying these episodes. I'm sure you're like, what the hell are you doing? But it'll all make sense very soon. And I thank you guys for being on this journey with me, because it is a wild and chaotic one. But you won't regret it, because you will have seen me rise to the top.